Hello guys, welcome back to Matt's Motors, and today you will see my brand new Nissan Micra. I have decided to buy a new Micra rather than buying all the bits to do up the other one. Right, so one of the first good bits, we got a little sunroof. Now, that is not great, as you will see, because it ends up rotting the sills out, but they look cool and it adds a bit of, makes it a bit airier inside because they're rather small inside. Another thing, coming around to the back, we've obviously got tinted windows, but more importantly, spoiler. So I've been looking for one of these for the other car, and just to get one as they are, about 80 quid really to find a decent one. Obviously, as always, I will update you with the price of the car at the end, but if you take that off the money, so like I say, tinted windows all the way around. Another thing which is super rare, or quite rare, which I didn't know and I didn't particularly like at first, but all the chrome sort of trimming gone there and on the door handles and everything. So it's actually quite sought after. It seems that people quite fancy it, and I think for the kit it's probably around 80 to 100 quid for the whole set, so that's another bit of money off the car. Right, so another beautiful thing about this car is it has got the 1.4 litre engine, so the biggest of the variety, should be the fastest, I believe. I believe this is 84 horsepower, and the 1 litre one I've got at home at the moment is 50 horsepower. So it does make a huge difference in the driving. I wouldn't say it's fast at all, it just doesn't feel deadly when you're pulling out onto a slit road like the other one. Right, so underneath the bonnet, you will see the little 1.4 litre engine. It doesn't really look any different to a 1 litre, not at all that I can actually see, but they've painted it all up nicely and it's all fairly clean underneath, so happy days. Right, so one of, if not the main reasons I bought this car, which I had forgot to tell you, is because of something under the bonnet which makes it all worth buying the whole car for. So, as you will be able to see, we have got adjustable BCs all the way around. I'm not sure of the state of the back because he said he's had one of them's bent or something like that, so I'm going to have to dig into that a bit. However, as you all know, just it having them on the front, you know, just for me to buy the front sort of ones. Yeah, so just for me to get the front coilovers, adjustable ones, you know, even second hand, I'm probably looking at 200 quid. So, like I say, that's another thing that I would have to buy that is essentially free. I'm going to put the other wheels on it most likely and then slam it to the ground and see how she looks. Like I say, I'm not sure on the state of the rear. I think I'm going to have to get at least one of them rebuilt, which I have actually spoken to BC and they can do that, even though they're the old style. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get them rebuilt at the back. I think they said quoted 100 quid a corner if it's just the one, and then I will be able to have it all set how I want, slammed to the ground, looking cool, and if not, I'll just cut the rear springs, and at least I'll have the front adjustable. Right, another thing that I'd forgotten about, which my dad has just reminded me of, is it's got pads and discs all the way around, whereas most of the Micras have drums at the rear. So it's got Almira, I don't know if they're GTI or just Almira brakes and calipers. So they're actually bigger discs and pads and calipers. So when I have to replace the brakes, which will be very soon, I'm going to have to buy Almira ones and not forget that. So I'll remind myself of this video at that time. So as you'll be able to see, or not really, you can see the little Nissan. They're also M-Tech discs and pads, so they're good pads and discs. The previous owners just spent, I think it was £230 on tyres all the way around. There is absolutely no other history or paperwork at all other than tyres. Right, so moving into the inside, it's got some horrible green interior. I think, what did I say, that is it called Active or something? Yeah, I think it's called an Active Micra or something. I think it literally, I don't know, I'm lying if I say I wouldn't know what it does, but it's got horrible green interior, which I'm going to get rid of, obviously. I don't want a green steering wheel or green dash pod things. The one lovely thing about the car is the previous owner has retrofitted it with some Mark 1 MX-5 seats. So they're really comfortable and a lot more supported. If you've ever been in a Micra of any kind, which I found out with my previous one that I still have, they are the worst seats I've ever sat in if you're actually trying to go around a corner, because you just end up sliding out. They're quite comfy, but not great for holding you in. So yeah, I'm really happy about them. They're super comfortable and fit me well. Right, so another thing I'd actually forgotten about is my other one doesn't even have a rev counter, so it is genuinely nice to be able to limmy bash it and know that you're limmy bashing it rather than just hoping and praying. This one also has come with air conditioning, I know, luxury, normal radio, all that sort of stuff. It's got a little sunroof up here, which is super nice, making the car feel a bit bigger inside. And I think that's about it for the inside, but, oh, and electric windows, which is super nice. So it is genuinely a good spec one. I'm not sure if that's the active, or I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but I don't know if that's because of that or it's just well spec'd. So yeah, and it's got the A-pillar speakers. So yeah, like I say, it's a very good spec, and you know, I'd be happy driving this every day. So it's also got central lock-in, which is nice. I didn't actually know you could get them with central lock-in, and a few other keys. It's got some little rally pedals, which actually feel quite nice under your feet. If I was ever to heel and toe it, it would be easier. Another thing I really like, I'm not sure where they're from, but these little micro door, not door cards, footwell thingies, I really like them. I don't know why, they make me smile. Right, now the only downside, which is quite a bad downside of this car, is the situation with the rust. So this is why I don't know what I'm currently doing with this car. I don't know if it'll be able to be fixed for a reasonable amount of money or even try it myself. But currently I feel like I may have to transfer everything from this car into the one I currently have, which I don't want to do because I actually prefer black, and I originally wanted a black or red one. And it's had quite a few things done that I'm pretty happy with. But if it needs be, I'll swap it all out to another car. So you might be thinking, oh, that's not too bad. And no, it's not. I mean, it's rusty, but it's not too bad. However, so when I drag you over to this side, you will see there is quite a lot of difference. I assume this side has been parked against the grass or against like a bush or something like that, and it's just not done it any favours, but you will see right now my problem. So the arch is rusty, but it's not too bad. But then you sort of move towards the bottom of the car and it just gets worse and worse. I mean, I'm 100% sure that will not, God, sorry, my hand's shaking, but that is not going to go through another MOT. So I'm going to have to consider what I do with this car. So this is why I'm not too sure the future of this car. Hopefully I can get this fixed myself or it done at a reasonable price, and if that's the case I will keep this car and sell the other one on and recoup some of the money I've spent. But yeah, that is the car. I'm super happy with it, and there's a lot of dents and things like that, but in the next video I'm going to do my best to do it proper detail, do the engine bay, the interior, all of that, and I'll even try and polish it if I have the body power and so on. And yeah, I'm super happy to start this car. Hopefully we'll get some progress on this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the other car yet. It all sort of depends on whether I can sort out the rust or get the rust sorted for a reasonable price, really. Right, that is the end of this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I really appreciate you watching. If you could leave a like or a comment, anything like that, it makes my day, my week, my month, as you know. Fingers crossed there'll be lots more content on this car and lots more me messing around with cars that cost, wait for it. So this whole car cost me, was it £500? £530 from a fella in, where did we go? Waterlooville. So as you know, well, some of you may or may not know, 530 quid, coilovers are worth a few hundred quid, the car's worth, engine's worth 300 quid and gearbox 300 quid. So there's no way that I can lose out on this car. So fingers crossed I can spend a bit of money in it, enjoy it and make the most out of it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.